I will tell you a secret that successful people are hiding from you. Have you ever questioned yourself and compared yourself to other people and feel that you are not as successful as you want yourself to be? If your answer to that question is yes, then keep on watching. In many situations, we find ourselves battling our own mind. And what I mean by battling our own mind is that we have our brain is programmed, we have a wiring in our mind that is continuously searching for risks, for possible attacks. And that all stems from our survival modus. We have a survival mode in the way we do things. We always try to find the things that might go wrong. That is the survival mode. Making sure that if something might happen, we have an escape route. In life and in business, that is also very much the case. We see that, or I personally have seen that there are two reasons why you might be feeling that, well, the secret that I talked about, right? You know what it is? It's that successful people, they are consistent and they are willing to change. Those are the two most valuable characteristics that successful people have, and that when you're on that process or progressing towards becoming successful, whatever you do, it doesn't only mean financial success. It could be success in having a happy family, success in being good at playing an instrument, success in being physically healthy, being mentally healthy, whatever your objectives are. It is about consistency and willing to change. Why are consistency and willing to change so essential? Because the change is essential, because without it we would become outdated. So in the world of technology, in the world of in the world of medicine, there is always a progress towards new things, new software, new medicine. And the point is that in business, this applies even much more strongly, because we see that in the development of the products and services that are out there, compare them to what's available, what was available 10, 15, or even 20 years ago, you will see a huge difference. I mean, look at the smartphone. At the rate at which the technology of smartphones evolves, it's really staggering. And what you also see is that consistency is enormously powerful. But what I see in my own life is that even if you're working consistently on something, things might not necessarily become successful. And you might be telling yourself, why am I putting in so much effort on building something, but without the result that I am expecting? Consistency is there, but there is no change. If you see that what you're doing, right, isn't working, then you need to change the way you're doing it. You need to pivot. You need to pivot on what you're doing, or perhaps in the way you're doing it. So I'll give you an example. Imagine you're trying to build a business, and that business provides financial consulting services, but you're having difficulty attracting leads, attracting clients, right? Your daily, your advertising, you're putting out flyers, you're trying all different sorts of things to acquire new leads, but it isn't working, or at least it's not giving you the results you desire. You're consistent, so that's the first secret ingredient of successful people. And the second ingredient is actually changing up what you're doing. So did you try new methods? Did you try the same activity but in a different way? So that is an example of how you could be applying that second ingredient to eventually arrive at your goal. And the second point that I wanted to mention is that when you move towards change, it is often an uncharted territory. So there will never be a guideline on what is right or wrong. There will always be a feeling of uncertainty. So the more you tend towards change, the more that survival part of the brain will signal risk. And signaling risk is accompanied with perhaps with fear, with uncertainty, with doubt, with possible negative outcomes. And that's all okay. That's all okay. You just need to keep in mind that that's part of the process. And if you balance out, if you weigh out the advantages of both consistency and change, you will have a potentially hugely successful combination. And if you look at the very successful people, what they did in their lives and in their businesses, they often combined being consistent over, let's say, a period of 10 years, working very hard on building one business, and then when necessary, changing, pivoting what was required. So I will be making another video about successful companies that completely pivoted from a business they were currently in, and how they pivoted towards another product or service that's completely entirely different from what they were doing, but actually they became much more successful in doing that. And that is actually real true life examples of success, and of how consistency in combination with change actually is a magical combination, if you would like to call it. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave behind a comment and a like, and I will see you in the next one. Have a look at this playlist of how you can build a business from scratch. Might help you if you're in that phase, or even if you're in a further progress stage, how branding is such a powerful tool. See you in the next one.